The world was full of surprises. But George never imagined anything like this. This was the museum's first robot exhibit.
So, what do you think, George?
Are all robots this easy to control?
Some are even easier. George, take this grape juice. Stop. That's not for drinking. It's for spilling on the carpet.
Oh, no. Go on. She asked you to. Enjoy.
So, easy or what?
I want 10.
This one has a delicate enough grip to perform surgery or do this. Ooh. Now, over here are examples of what people imagined robots would be. This is where we'll put your rare models. You will have them here before the opening tonight, right?
Oh, sure. I'll bring them back after I take George home. I got it.
Hey!
Here you go.
Hey, you guys!
Huh? Oops. Sorry. Now where did I put those? George, did you see my box of robots? George, those toys are toys. Oh, whew. Well, they are toys, but not toys you play with. I mean, well, you know, I've saved these for years. They're valuable collector's items now. Thanks. Here, you can drive the Mars rover out.
Wow! Hundley sure loves that.
Okay, George. I have to take that with me. Thanks. I'll see you later.
I never knew Hundley liked robots so much.
That's how George got the idea to make a robot for Hundley to play with. Now, how could he make a robot? The man with the yellow hat missed one. And its instructions. This was only a model of a robot. A real robot moved on its own power. That's when George realized he couldn't build a robot because he didn't know how to make a motor. The only thing he had that could make a robot go was himself. But maybe he was all he needed. George knew he could find things shaped like the robot's parts. Important lesson. When picking your head, make sure you can see. There was only one way to find out if this would work. It worked. Hundley thought George was a real robot. Being robotic for a whole hour was tiring. George was ready to get out of that thing. But he didn't want to ruin it for Hundley by letting him see the robot wasn't real. Since he couldn't reach the button, George decided to relax and wait till the elevator came.
Oh, no. I must have left the XF-17 at home. It's my favorite, too.
I can go get it while you finish setting up. What's it look like?
Well, it's 2 inches tall. It's red. Oh, and it has no legs.
George waited so long for the elevator that he fell asleep.
Oh, hi, Professor.
Hi, I just came to pick up a small red robot.
You mean the one in the lobby?
He said 2 inches tall, but I guess he meant 2 feet.
Did you find my XF-17?
Yes, it's so cute. How old were you when you built that? 6?
I was 22. It's cute?
I left it by the elevator because it got heavy.
Heavy?
There was the elevator. Finally, George could go home.
Uh-oh, I left it right here.
Oh, no. Someone must have kicked it. Check the floor.
I don't think you could kick that thing across the room.
Oh, sure you could. It's only 2 inches tall.
You mean 2 feet?
I know the difference between inches and feet, Professor.
There's a runaway robot upstairs. It's small, red, and says XF-17 on the side. You got the controls?
What controls? It has no moving parts.
I'm so confused.
This sure didn't look like home. Who were all these strange people?
That's not it.
Is 2.
I know that handwriting anywhere. George, Professor Wiseman brought you to the museum because she thought you were my XF-17. Yeah, your outfit's so good you almost ended up on exhibit.
Hey, that's a great idea.
Huh?
We promised an XF-17 model. We never said it wouldn't be monkey-powered.
And that's how George became a museum exhibit for a day. Benjy and Willie were George's favorite mice in the entire world. And Bruno was the only gopher snake he knew personally. So when Mr. Zoobel asked him to pet sit for a day, George was thrilled.
Thanks for helping me on such short notice, George. I have to be at the zoo morning till night studying feet for my new mural, I Know What You Did Last Summer. Now, Bruno has already eaten an egg, so he won't be hungry anymore today. Don't feed him. The mice must be fed, but I'm out of food. So I told the pet shop you'd be coming by to pick up mouse food.
George was determined to be the best pet sitter ever. So he sat.
See you tonight. Thanks again.
George, I have to go talk to the park director about Heritage Week. Will you be okay by yourself? Be a good little monkey pet sitter.
A good sitter makes his sittee feel at home. Since these guys lived together, they were probably used to being closer together. They didn't seem happy about that. Of course they weren't happy. They were hungry. Time to get food.
Here you go. 1 bag of mouse treats for Benjy and Willie Zoobel.
Excuse me. Would I have to feed a snake long, skinny food?
No, snakes eat fish, insects, spiders, mice. Yeah, mice, earthworms, slugs, eggs, and they only eat once a week, sometimes once a month.
No wonder Benjy and Willie didn't want to be near Bruno.
You forgot your mouse food!
Hola, Zoobel here. I didn't tell George that Bruno is about to shed his skin. He only sheds 3 times a year. So watch for it. It's worth seeing. Sorry, I'm out of peanuts.
George reassured the mice that they were safe the whole time. When he went to make sure Bruno liked his new spot by the window, he noticed Bruno had changed. What happened to him? The pet shop owner knew all about snakes. George could bring Bruno and ask him. Like any snake, when Bruno saw that warm sun, he wanted to be in it. The sun was warm, but city life was too noisy for a snake. He wanted to find somewhere quiet.
Came back for this? Ah, I I see Bruno shed his skin. Mr. Zoobel was waiting for it.
Huh?
As a snake grows up, it wriggles out of its old skin. Did you think this was Bruno? I'll bet Bruno is under his rock. That's where he always goes after he sheds.
George was relieved to hear Bruno would be safe in his animal habitat. Until he remembered he left the habitat open. Bruno must have crawled out. The mice thought the big smiling monkey had come to set them free. The sun was gone. Now it was too noisy and too cold. After life in a habitat, Benjy and Willie wanted to explore. And they discovered a new world. Fresh air, freedom. No wood shavings. George wanted to find Benjy and Willie before Bruno felt hungry again. Bruno got out of the apartment. Being near a snake makes any mouse nervous. But Bruno wasn't interested in mice. His stomach was full, and he just wanted to find a comfortable place to relax. The cote was warm, quiet, and dark. A perfect rest stop for a snake.
Excuse me, George. I need to wear this.
Hundley didn't know what that was. But if George was around, it was probably going to be sloppy.
Oh. George, I have to go to work now.
Soft soil is always inviting to a gopher snake.
Why, thank you, George. How nice. I can take it from here.
The pot was too small. Bruno wanted to get back to his old habitat home. Benjy and Willie wished they'd never left their habitat. Bruno thought the mice might know the way home, so he hurried to follow them. The mice had never seen a furry, plump snake with feet before, and this was the first time Hundley had ever seen mice in his building. Benjy and Willie weren't lost. George knew Hundley would keep an eye on the mice. This monkey had a snake to catch. Hundley didn't realize he'd run outside until it was too late to get back in. Maybe those mice would lead him to an open window.
Hi, George.
I hope Bruno, Benjy, and Willie didn't give you any trouble.
Everyone was happy. Back exactly where they belonged.
Why is Hundley in our sink?
Well, almost everyone. Hundley planned to stay put until he recovered from his adventure.